Spotify just removed monthly listeners. I opened up my phone, looked at an artist, and noticed that there was no monthly listeners to be seen. And I noticed it was only in my phone, and in fact, they haven't actually removed them. They've just moved them. So let's flip to my phone and see what this looks like. So I'm going to go to Sleep Token, just because they're what I most listened to recently. If you haven't checked them out, check them out. They're cool. But usually the monthly listeners are right below the name, just like they are on desktop. In this case, they're gone. But if I scroll down to their About section, we will see that they are actually here, right in the About section. Open it up, and we get pretty much the exact number of monthly listeners. I don't see followers. I don't remember if followers were here on mobile or just a desktop thing. But right now, on my desktop, everything is normal. I see monthly listeners and followers in the About section, but I also see monthly listeners under the name, just like always. And this isn't just a glitch. Going back to my phone, if I go to a different artist, same deal, no monthly listeners. Go to another artist, no monthly listeners. I go down to the About section, and there they are. So it's not like a glitch that when I first saw this, I thought like, oh, let me like close the app and reopen it. Because Spotify, I feel like usually makes a little bit more of a hubbub about changes like this. And this was just all of a sudden. And in fact, I usually don't film videos and upload them on this day. I just saw this and I was like, I got to make a video about this because that's how the internet works, right? So I previously made a video talking about should Spotify remove monthly listener accounts? Because Russ had made some series of tweets, whatever they're called nowadays, talking about how Spotify should remove monthly listeners. And there was a very kind of divisive discussion that happened around that, and I was kind of split myself. On one hand, I feel like as a listener, when I'm on Apple Music, it's kind of liberating to not constantly be bombarded with numbers everywhere. You can just find a band and listen, and then end up discovering later that they're actually a very small band. And sometimes when you see an artist, seeing the numbers kind of taints your perception of what the music is. But also, as a nerdy music marketer, I love looking at those metrics. And this kind of feels like a perfect happy medium, because you can still see the numbers. The monthly listeners are just hidden a little bit further down. So if you're just casually searching through artists, you're probably not going to immediately scroll down and see how many monthly listeners they are. You're only going to do that after you kind of get into them for a second, which I think kind of solves the problem of not judging a book by its cover immediately, but still being able to see the numbers and still having artists care about the numbers. Now, I have a feeling that this is just a big test from Spotify's perspective. And if it goes well, it'll stick around. And if a bunch of people complain about it, it'll probably go back to normal. But we'll see. Either way, let me know in the comments below what you think about this change. Who knows, by the time this video is live, it might already be back to normal. Who knows? But if you want to see how you can promote your music and get more monthly listeners on Spotify, check out this video right here to see my start to finish video on how to do it. Or if you prefer an organized course, I have that guy right here. But anyways, let me know in the comments. See you in the next video. Bye.